The average transaction fee was over $50 for a single transaction, which means that if I made these physical paper gift cards back then, even if I made them for $100 each, they wouldn't work. Hey everyone, wanted to go over another topic today and show just how little understanding some of these Bitcoin core maximalists have of the technology that made Bitcoin popular to begin with. So a couple of days ago, I made this tweet that says, look what Bitcoin Cash can do, look what Bitcoin can no longer do, right? So, I had a photo right here. So here I am in the photo here. You can see, what do I have in my hands here, right? So like I have these little Bitcoin Cash physical, they're private keys on there, right? So then I gave another bigger image here showing that each one here had 10 cents of Bitcoin Cash on it at a time when the average fee or the median fee on the Bitcoin core network was 80 cents, 81 cents, right? So these tickets are 10 cents each. Here's 81 cents each, right? So then we can see, if we go and look at some of the replies here, we can see people saying other stuff. I don't know who this actor is, but it looks good to me. This guy's going back to the used car salesman approach. Like, not sure what that has to do, how that's an argument against it or whatever. But like, for those that don't know, that's my car when I was 20 years old that I bought and paid for with my own money. And that's my sign saying vote Libertarian for me, Roger Ver, when I ran for California State Assembly as a Libertarian back in the year 2000. So that car wasn't for sale. That was my own car that I had bought with my own money. Not sure how that's an argument at all anyhow. Not sure what some of these other people are, but I made a couple, there's a bunch of people that just send like different stuff. So here they are pretending I'm giving like, I don't know what these are, like red light district cards for a strip club or something like that. Like again, not an argument whatsoever. And so this was the most interesting one here though too, I think. So we saw this guy said, oh really, maybe you should check out these FITS cards, right? Which like I thought, oh wow, like maybe I can learn something new today. Maybe it is possible on Lightning to do these sort of cards. And like, I clicked on it and looked into it. And then this other guy like figured it out here. I have it open in, I think it's right here. Yeah, it says, oh really? Maybe you should check these things out. So I thought, oh wow, like great. And then I looked into it some more. This guy's saying, oh, Instarect, right? This and that. And then I looked into it some more. It says, and this other guy, I don't know who crown.btc is, goes, had to undo my retweet because you're using a custodial wallet. You have no bragging rights about what Bitcoin can do when you use a custodial wallet. So these cards here that they were trying to brag about and act as a refutation to my post where they got 104 likes. And maybe I should back up a little bit and explain here. On this page here, the actual cards that I made, when the fees are more than 10 cents each, or when the fees are more than 5 cents each, nobody can even claim these cards at all because the fees on the network are too expensive for people to even be able to claim them. And so like, in fact, on the day I made this post, like if I made these cards for, up to like $2 or so, or even $3, nobody would be able to claim them at all. They would have no value whatsoever. And so this guy comes back, look at these things on the Lightning Network with these cards, but they're a total custodial thing. Like you can't even, you might as well use PayPal. Like if you're using a custodial product, like you've missed the entire point of cryptocurrency there. And then there's this guy here, Bitcoin Airlog. And he goes, bro, you're holding up 10 cent, S-Coin tickets you printed out. Talk to me. Like this guy, for those that don't know, this guy, John Carvalho, is one of the biggest Lightning Network, pro BTC maximalism, like online Twitter trolls in the world. And he has so little understanding of the product that like, literally, Bitcoin, BTC cannot do what Bitcoin Cash can do right now today. And so he's there busy trolling on Twitter and whatnot. And so I have this other chart right here. You can see this is today as I'm recording this video on Monday, April 6, 2020. The average fee for Bitcoin transactions to be in the next block is $1, right? And the current median fee is 16 cents, right? And Bitcoin Cash against a fraction of a penny. It's literally a fraction of a penny. And then there's this fantastic charting website I really like here, bitinfocharts.com. Like a difficult domain name, but a really cool site. And I have it pulled up here. We can see the average transaction fee over the last 2 years. We have it here for both BTC and BCH. So this blue line here is BTC, and we can see it like the middle of 2019 last year. The average transaction fee was around, $3 or so there, right? And if we go back to see at the end of 2017 here, we can see that back then it was actually got to as high as around $50 for a single transaction was the average fee on the BTC network there. And I don't know why this is a little bit slow to update when I'm screen recording at the same time. But if that loads, you'll be able to see that. And the entire time, Bitcoin Cash fees are a fraction of a penny. So Bitcoin Cash, it's able to make these things, these physical cards that you can give away money to. BTC cannot. So I want to give a demo of just how cool this platform is here, actually. We'll wait for that to load. Here, if you go to gifts.bitcoin.com, here it is. It's so simple to use. So it goes create and manage Bitcoin gifts, Bitcoin Cash gifts, right? And the really cool part about this, in a non-custodial manner, as you hand these out to people, and I'll show you what they look like. I have them in my pocket. The first person to scan this, when the video goes live here, will get the money in it. So this has 10 British pounds worth of Bitcoin Cash at the time I made it. And we'll put an image of this right up here on the screen there, or anybody that can scan the little thing here will be able to get that. So you can see you can hand this piece of paper to anybody that doesn't have any Bitcoin Cash yet, and boom, they can just download any wallet that can scan a Bitcoin Cash private key, and boom, they have the money just like that. They didn't have to give their name, they didn't have to give their email, they didn't have to run a full node to use the Lightning Network, they didn't have to do any of that stuff. And what's really, really cool is, like, let's say I lost this, or like it never came, the person I gave it to never scanned it or anything like that, it will come back to me automatically on April 22nd. And the way that's done non-custodially is at the time that these are generated, Bitcoin.com will make a bunch of signed transactions to send that money back to me, but they won't broadcast them to the network until whatever date I specify. So it's so easy to use it. So here it is, gifts.bitcoin.com. I'll click on this Make New Gifts button where it says Go, and we'll click that. And here's my recovery seed, right? Here's your 12 secret words. Don't ever share these words with anybody. Don't put them in a YouTube video. Don't do anything of the sort like that where anybody else can figure out what these 12 words are. Otherwise, people could steal the money that you're going to make in the tokens. But here we go. I'll click copy to copy them into my clipboard, and then I'll click next. And then it's making sure to verify that I have them. So I'll paste it in there. So I've just pasted them in there. And then I'll hit confirm. Normally, maybe I'd want to save these somewhere or put it somewhere safe. Since I'm making these in a YouTube video that's going to be shown for the entire world, I don't have to be careful about what's going on with that at all. So anyhow, I'll hit confirm. And so we can put how many gifts do I want to make, right? So for this YouTube video, let's say I'll make 10, right? So I'll make 10 separate gifts. How much do I want to have each gift be for? Well, if we go back and check our charts here, we can see that Bitcoin, the fees at the moment are really, really high, right? So like they're always high. But we can see here the other chart finally loaded. You can see at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, the average transaction fee was over $50 for a single transaction, which means that if I made these physical paper gift cards back then, even if I made them for $100 each, they wouldn't work. They would be absolutely worthless because it had $100 on here. When someone scanned it to send it to their own wallet, it would cost $50, and then they'd have $50 left in their wallet. But when they go on to go and send the $50 from their wallet, it would cost another $50. So they wouldn't be able to send any money at all, even if I made these for $100 at the end of 2018. And I'm sorry, the end of 2017. And it's worth pointing out that these Bitcoin Core maximalists, the Blockstream guys, the Adam Backs and Greg Maxwell's of the world, the CEO and CTO founders of Blockstream, were literally saying, pop the champagne, this is a huge success, the fees are $50 each, I can't wait till they get to be $100 each on average. Like, this is madness. So anyhow, that was part of why I switched to Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin Cash works. And if we go back here to the gifts.bitcoin.com website, where anybody can do this right now today to help spread peer-to-peer electronic cash adoption to the world, I'm not a Bitcoin Cash maximalist either. I'm a maximalist of using whatever works and whatever's useful for people in the world out there to use. So anyhow, here we go. To enter the fiat amount, what we'll do is we'll do $1 whole per day, right? And even today on BTC, you can't really do that. The fees are too high to make it where people can actually get any of the money, right? So then you can put an email address where I can be notified anytime anybody redeems one of these things. I can put my own refund address, right? So if I wanted to have the money bounce back to me, I can paste my own address in there. If you don't put any refund address in there, any unclaimed tips automatically get donated to Bitcoin.com, and we'll use that to continue promoting peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world. And I can choose how soon do I want these tips to expire, like 1 week from now, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, some custom date, right? So we'll say a month from now, that's fine, right? It's so simple. Now I just hit the Go button, and now it's generating an invoice, and you can use any wallet that supports BIP70, which is basically every wallet. I'm going to use the Bitcoin.com wallet, of course, to pay this, right? So I have my phone here. I'm going to open my phone wallet here, and you can see there's my 12-word seed. there's this and that, right? So let me unlock my wallet. So here I have my wallet open. I'm going to scan right here. And so now I've scanned that. And do I want to send $10? Yeah, sure. I'm going to slide to send. So now it's sending the $10. Boom, it's sent. And if we look on the screen right there, boom, the gifts have been funded. And if we scroll down, we can see here are 10 different of those cards that I can then print out on a printer and cut them up with a piece of paper and then hand them out to people as I go around my life, or trick-or-treaters, or use them as tips for people, or whatever you want to do for people anywhere in the world, just like that. And so the first 10 people that scan each of these each get $1 right now using gifts.bitcoin.com. Again, this is impossible to do on BTC because the fees are too intentionally high. And you can't do this on Lightning Network either, no matter how much they pretend that you can with their custodial solutions. Again, if you're using a custodial solution, you might as well be using PayPal because they can freeze your account at any time for any reason. So anyhow, here's an explanation of what's going on Twitter with these Bitcoin Cash gift cards I tweeted out with a bunch of BTC maximalists that have so little of an understanding of the fee market on Bitcoin and what's going on with the network. They didn't even understand what was going on. The reason I was giving out 10 cents in the example was to make the example 100% clear for everybody, not because I was being a cheapskate. And those people just whoosh right over their head in the same way that they think, ooh, Lightning Network's going to solve everything. That destroying the utility of the network is going to still make people use it. Like, it's just absolute insanity. So Bitcoin, BTC, has the brand recognition around the world today, but Bitcoin Cash has the good user experience. And like a few years back, MySpace had the brand recognition around the world, but Facebook had the good user experience despite its smaller network effect. And eventually that good user experience overcame the brand recognition that MySpace had. And the same is going to happen with other cryptocurrencies compared to Bitcoin. If the user experience due to full blocks on Bitcoin continues to be bad with these high fees and slow, unreliable transactions, people are going to switch to things like Bitcoin Cash, just like I did and millions of other people around the world have, and more are continuing to every day. So anyhow, if you like peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world, enabling more economic freedom for everybody all over the world, especially in this time of crazy chaos where the government's trying to shut down the world's economy, go and spend some Bitcoin Cash to buy face masks and rubber gloves and respirators illegally online. You can do that right now on OpenBazaar or Darknet, or I think people even started selling some on local.bitcoin.com. So Bitcoin Cash is peer-to-peer electronic cash for the world. BTC has become a Ponzi scheme that allows speculators to speculate on the future speculation of future speculators. And the reason people get so mad and attack me about that on Twitter all day is because they're worried that I'm going to damage their ability to sell their BTC for more fiat later on. Well, I'm not interested in fiat. I'm interested in building peer-to-peer cash for the world that empowers every individual to have complete control over their own money without needing permission from a bank or government. And that's what the Bitcoin Cash community is doing. That's not what the BTC community is doing any longer, even though they have the Bitcoin brand and Bitcoin name recognition around the world. It's not the project that became popular to begin with. So speaking truth to power is never popular, but that's what I'm busy doing. And if you like this message and agree with it, help make it popular by sharing this video, subscribing to the channel, and telling a friend. So thank you all, and see you next time.